Joining us right now is the chairman of the Human Rights Foundation, world-renowned chess champion, and author of Winter is Coming, Garry Kasparov, with us right now. Garry, good to see you.
Thanks for inviting me.
Your take on this ceasefire agreement?
It's a one-way street. So everything we saw over the last few years, it was all Putin dictating the terms, and Obama and Kerry, reluctantly or not, accepting them.
So why? I mean, what do you think? Why are the West officials believing that Russia will stick to this then?
Yeah, Obama has been sticking to his foreign policy concept that America's global influence is not good, is not positive, and he wanted to walk away. So by doing so, he created a lot of vacuum, and naturally for Putin and other dictators and thugs to, feel it.
Isn't one of the main issues is that we don't really have a foreign policy right now happening in the Middle East? We drew a red line. We've seen Iran come into Iraq, and they're actually fighting ISIS over there as well. We've had $6 billion owed to American families here for Iranian terrorism, but we still pay them $1.7 billion.
Okay, we may argue about semantics. You say America doesn't have a foreign policy. I say it does, and it's a wrong one. It's about, retreating from everywhere, especially from the Middle East. We had 8 years of Obama, and we could see the results, and the results are dismal.
Assad this morning made a rare appearance. He said he basically vowed to take back all of Syria's land from terrorists, and part of this dispute is he considers terrorists people different from who we consider terrorists. Does that just throw a huge wrench into the ceasefire? Is the ceasefire even believable at this point? Absolutely
not. We have many ceasefires, and let's not forget, 5 years ago, Obama said Assad must go. Right. So Obama will leave in a few months. And there are no indications that Assad will.
Right. And even our friends in the Middle East said, look, we want to join the fight against ISIS, but we can't do it with Assad.
Look, I will be cautious talking about American friends in the Middle East, because all they saw over these years is that America simply, showing the cold shoulder. And while Obama was sending John Kerry, Putin was sending jet fighters, and Iran was sending troops.
You're right.
Well, and you said that America's foreign policy is wrong. It's bad. Do you see any daylight between candidate Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama on foreign policy? I think that Hillary learned some lessons from Putin while she was Secretary of State, and I think she's experienced enough to understand, how dangerous and deadly the continuation of Obama's foreign policy, though I'm not sure she's willing to say it in public explicitly. The problem is not Hillary Clinton. The problem is that GOP failed to come up with the legitimate alternative. And it's the first time when you could hear, a Democratic candidate being just not more hawkish, but more reasonable in offering some vision for the foreign policy, which one can hardly expect from Hillary Clinton.
One issue is this Iran deal. Donald Trump says if he becomes president, he's going to reverse this Iran deal right away on day one.
He said renegotiate.
Renegotiate.
It's a big difference, you don't negotiate with dictators and terrorists. And by the way, for John Kerry, I can recommend just read every morning your own website, State Department website. It still says Iran is #1 state sponsoring terrorism.
Exactly. And Senator Marco Rubio is suggesting that this Iran deal was ransom in exchange for hostages. What do you think about this? It was $1.7 billion in cash, Garry, sent to the Iranians.
I can tell you that Senator Rubio could have served his country much more efficiently if he made this statement as a Republican nominee, not just a senator. I don't think we have anything to discuss here. It was a ransom. So you can come up with a lot of, legal subtleties, as Obama always did. But at the end of the day, they pay in cash, with no reasonable explanation, $1.7 billion in notes.
It wasn't in American currency, right? So they actually had to go circumvent our own laws to prevent that.
It's euros and Swiss francs.
When you provide this amount of cash to a state that is, according to American administration, is #1 sponsor of global terror, I mean, you have to think about the consequences. And it's a part of Iran probably spending this money, Hezbollah, Hamas, and other terrorist groups.
They've also taken other prisoners and demanded more money now.
Exactly.
So they've repeated it.
But I want to throw one more idea just for concern is North Korea. North Korea just a couple of days ago had the 5th and the largest nuclear test.
Yeah.
North Korea is dying for cash, and Iran has cash. And I want to know, because I haven't seen this contract with Iran, this deal with Iran. I wonder who did. But, while administration has been bragging that this deal locked any avenue for Iran to develop nuclear weapon, has it also blocked the ways to acquire it?
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned North Korea. I mean, we should really be worried about what is happening there, also in the face of a real sort of shift in American politics. You know, I wonder what your take is in terms of the agencies, government agencies. I spoke with former Attorney General John Ashcroft yesterday on my Sunday morning program, and we were talking about government agencies becoming politicized, whether it's the FBI and Jim Comey's interview of Hillary Clinton, or Loretta Lynch meeting with Bill Clinton on her plane. Listen to what John Ashcroft said. I want to get your reaction.
A democracy requires the American people to make good decisions, and we deserve the truth, not some politically managed, politically correct, or politically advantageous set of remarks that would somehow shape how we would otherwise, or distort how we would otherwise make decisions.
Are government agencies in the U.S. politicized at this point?
I think the whole country has been politicized. It's badly divided, and you know, the last 8 years, you know, they showed us, you know, that even the issues like the race issues that we thought had been resolved ages ago, they're coming back. I think it's because of the lack of the vision for the country. There's no direction, and I expected these presidential elections, the debates, to be about the future, but it's now about throwing mud. So it's all about, you know, who did what in the past, and I see no room for a comprehensive debate about the future.
This is really distressing because democracy only works if people have faith in the actors and in the systems of government, and increasingly they don't. Yeah. This is a dangerous sign.
Yeah, this is the only positive thing, if you may call it positive, about these elections. I think it shows to everybody who can think that the two-party system, the way we knew it, has been exhausted. Yeah. Because both parties, in my view, could be disqualified for nominating Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Yeah. And by doing so, preventing us from actually, you know, being engaged in a serious debate about the future of this country and the future of the free world.
Should the U.S. be doing anything about North Korea right now?
I don't think that you should look at North Korea separately from Iran, to Iran separately from Russia, from Ukraine. It's about the big picture. Right. America is a leader of the globalized world, and trying to separate these issues and micromanage them is wrong. You should look at the big picture.
It's a great point. Garry, good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Garry Kasparov there.